Hello and welcome back to the color pencil comparison series. I've been away for a little bit, but we're back, and today we are going to continue on with part 5 of our series, comparing various different brands of color pencils and how they work. We are using a page from Johanna Basford's World of Flowers, and this is where we are at so far. We have completed 4 different ones, so there are 4 individual videos prior to this one. And just so you know what we've covered so far, these are the Progresso woodless pencils. They are not watercolor pencils, they are regular colored pencils. This is the Mega Creta color pencils, and this was the Dermot Chromaflow, and these were the Brunzio 45. So this is a budget pencil. This is getting closer to artist grade. This is a colorist pencil, and so is this. So we haven't really gotten into the polychromos or the prismas yet, and today we're going to be doing another budget pencil, and today's pencil is going to be the Color It pencil. This set was a set that I bought when I was first starting to color, and I've dug it out for this series, but I must say after this series I probably will be sending these to the landfill. Not the case, but the pencils themselves. So let's get started and we'll go through things. So close your eyes while I zoom in. And we'll talk a little bit about the pencils. Actually, I'll zoom you up just a bit so you can see the full case. Okay, so let's first talk about the pencils themselves. Color It is a website and a coloring company from the United States. These pencils were made in China, though. This is the first set of pencils that I've reviewed that were made in China. It comes in this case. It's a nylon fabric case with a zipper that goes fully around with a pull tab here. So the case itself, really happy to get the case. It has 2 leaves that are not detachable but do move. It also comes with a small branded sharpener, which is actually not too bad, and it's really nice that it holds the shavings within the pencil sharpener itself, especially if you're on the go, and it has an elastic that it slips in right there. So when I first got the set, I was pretty excited to have a 72 set of pencils that were in a case already, and as you can see, some of the pencils are quite short, and I have not actually used these pencils very much, and we'll get into why. As you can see, this is the black, and it's pretty short. So the pencils themselves, we'll just talk about those. It's a round barrel. It has a black barrel along here. It does have the Color It name. It has in silver, it has the color name itself, and then it has a dipped end with a color number. So it is nice that they have both a color name and a color number, and it is nice that I can keep them in order based on number, and then I can put my pencils back. Let's see what else we got here. We're just going to start to color a little bit with them. I did do a coloring swatch. So these are all the colors. There are 72 in total. The pigment payout isn't bad, and I would have been very happy. The problem I've had, and we may experience that while we're coloring, is breakage issues. Now I must say that I've had these pencils since about 2016, 2017 probably, and so this is not they have another, what they're calling their 72 premium series. I do not have those. I have the original series. So what I will do is in the video description, I will include a current review on their new pencils. They're exactly the same. I didn't see any point in purchasing that set when they are exactly the same case, same colors, they appear the same numbers. So that series though was review done by Coloring Bliss, Jennifer Stay, so I'll include that in my video description. Okay, so let's pick a I know I'm going to want to do one of the smaller vignettes here because I will have difficulty coloring. So let's just zoom you in now. And we will do the first one here. Just making sure that you have enough light. Okay, so let's do, this kind of looks a little bit like a poppy to me. So Color It does have a good variety of reds. So I'll pick a darker red. So it's called Devotion Pink. We'll just make sure you have some, do a little bit of, make sure you're in camera. Okay, so they're calling this a pink. I call that a red. Let's also get another, this one is called Radiant Red. Okay, well that is definitely a red. I'm keeping the pencil itself quite short. We have a really hard breakage issue with these pencils, and that's why they are not a pencil that I would normally reach for. So actually I like this color and this color. Those look good together. So that color was Red Hope. Put this other one back. And let's get a lighter color if we can. Okay, so we're going to go with 3 shades of red. So this one is Revitalizing Pink 54. Is that on camera? Yes. This one is the Devotion Pink 67. And I might have to find a lighter color because those are quite similar. So let me find quite a light red. Or since they're actually seem to be in the pink zone, let's go with a pink. There, that's a lighter pink, so that is 16. Okay. So I'm going to start with just as usual with my color pencil series. I do have a Excel spreadsheet that I will share with you at the end of this video, and in it will be all the information that I have found, including in the video description will be the websites to Color It where I received the information. I like to share my sources with you so you know that this is not just my opinion, but I have actually done some research. So let's start with the maximum number of pencils available is 72, and I have the 72 set. The pencil does come, as I mentioned, with a case and a sharpener. So that is one of the features, is that you already get the case with it. Is open stock available? No, it is not. And to purchase these, it is done strictly online in the website. So there's no in-store purchases currently. They are on the Color It website, and that is where I purchased mine. As mentioned, the pencil itself is a round barrel with both name and number of color on it. And it has a dipped end. Okay. I'm on to the mid-tone here, number 47. The colors itself, it's not really part of, this series. We're not doing a color along per se. We're testing out these pencils. So if I do want to blend, I will be using Gamsol in my Copic marker so that we have the same blending solution for all of the pencils to give them a fair comparison. The core size is 3 millimeter. They are listed as a wax-based pencil, so they should be smooth and creamy, but they are a little bit dry and scratchy. Now, that isn't because of their age. They were that way when I purchased them. So it's not just the fact that these are older pencils. Now the problem that I've had, and that I kind of mentioned earlier, is the breakage issue. You have to keep the leads extremely short, which is not how I would normally have my pencils, and that's because these leads are broken throughout the whole core. And as you can see, pencil sizes, once you start using a pencil, it's getting eaten up really quickly because of the core, or they're just shattered. Now I'm not sure if that's because of shipping. They came from China to the States and then from the States to Canada. Actually, I had them delivered to the States, so they did not come through customs and through Canada. I have a US home and I had them shipped there. I was thrilled to get them, and then I was promptly disappointed in the quality of the pencil itself. There is no light fast information on the website, nor would I expect there to be. I'm not going to go into pricing because prices vary dramatically depending on which dollar you're spending your money in. Again, these are the first color pencils that I had received from China, and they're the first Chinese pencil that we have had in the color pencil comparison series so far. The pros for these is that it does come with the case and the sharpener, and we will use the sharpener. In fact, we'll use it right now. And I am turning the sharpener in this case, and you'll feel that the lead is actually loose a lot of the times, so I'm just sharpening it enough to give it a point, and that didn't even work because, as you can see, it's broken right off. So just start a little pile of leads here. I've tried many different sharpeners, didn't seem to matter, so I just have to get it to the, in fact, this one you can also see is not, the core is not centered all that well, so I'm just kind of shaving off one end, trying to, so that's about as much that I can get. Oh, see, it's already broken. I'm going to try and color with it a little bit. I'll just switch the angle. But that, yeah, this is the problem. Okay, I'll switch sharpeners to one that has a German blade. Okay, now I'm just going to see, even after I sharpened it, the actual part of the lead pops off. So I mean, it's a beautiful color and I would like to use it, but sometimes it's just not worth the aggravation. And this is why these pencils, I delayed this series part of it because I knew this was the next set, and I'm like so not inspired to color with these, and I hate to give something a really bad review but I also don't want to talk a pencil up if I'm not really unhappy with it. So that's why you will have another review attached to this. Series, because I don't want, you know, if they've fixed a bunch of problems in the new set, then that would be awesome, but from what I can tell, people are having the same issues. So I think it's just could be a quality control issue or something, I'm not sure. I don't make pencils, I just use them. But yeah, this is totally wiggly, and I will only be using it, I guess, for the tips. Okay, well, let's go back to, okay, so this is 47, this is 54, which is a little darker. Ugh, I'm gonna have to sharpen this a little bit. Okay, that one sharpened a bit better. Let's hope that we can get a little bit done. I love the idea of having a case with the pencil. So when I was just starting out, I didn't have any pencil cases. I only had tins. And so when I saw that this set came with a case, I thought that would be great. And like I said, the case is fine. It's I like that it has individual loops. I'm not thrilled with the floppiness, a little bit of the inside flaps, but it was better than what I was having. So we're going to go back to the pink and blend this in if we can. I'm not sure if you can hear that, but it has a scratchy sound when you're coloring with them. And if that is a sound that bothers you, then that's probably not the pencil set for you. I think these pencils were geared to colorists and people starting out. The problem is that if you're starting and you're having this many problems with your pencils, you're going to be getting very discouraged and frustrated, and you're not going to enjoy coloring. So, and these were not as cheap as some other better brands. So I just definitely would not recommend the Color It pencils. I do have their gel pens and I do enjoy using them, although because the pencils were such a disappointment, I don't reach for the gel pens either. It's kind of, you know, which is, I have to make sure that I pull those out, because they did also come in a case and they also had refills, so that was awesome. So we're just blending this in. I think I'm going to use the small black pencil that we have, and the black is one of the smallest. I know I have definite breakage issues with the black, so we will try and color this without needing to sharpen it. The pigment laid down is good. It's not, I'm not having to press hard to get the pigment, so that that is nice. If these were not breaking, I would be much more happy with these pencils. So maybe there's people out there that got a set that did not have shattered cores and they really enjoy them. So I hope that is the case. We will use the white to do some blending like we have on the other ones, and see how that goes. The white is not really adding any pigment here. It's not a strong white, that's for sure. I will continue to use it though, so that it's putting down a little bit, but no. And it's also scratchy. the color pencil comparison series has been interesting for me because I've been using so many different pencil sets now, and you can really get to know, okay, you know, which pencils you would reach for again and color with, and which ones it's like, yeah, it's hurting my hand. I'm having to press fairly hard here to get any pigment down on the white, so the white is a disappointment. In fact, I'm going to have to use Gamsol in my Copic marker to get some blending done. Make sure it's cleared off. So this is my preferred blending method. I'm on oxygen and I have asthma, so it's not why I'm on oxygen, but anyways, so I don't try to stay away from anything flammable and anything with a lot of fumes. So having Gamsol in the marker has really worked out well for me. I hope everybody's doing well, staying as safe and having a good fall season. It's fall here in Canada. We're getting close to Halloween. I know in Australia it's becoming summer, or it is, yeah, it's becoming summer. Okay, we're gonna have to figure out what to do with the background. Kind of been doing some purple in the corners, so I might, they have a good range of purples here. They have some from light to kind of a burgundy purple and a bluey purple, so they've got a nice selection of purples. So let's just, this one's kind of a violet color. It's hard to see what's in frame. Okay, I'm going to try sharpening this a little bit. Okay, so far so good. We'll do the corners. Trying to make this page a little bit cohesive, but the main part is trying out as many of the different pencils in different shades and colors on each one to give each set a fair shake. Going over this twice to give it a bit more pigment. And then for the background, let's think about that, because we're doing a colored background. So let me zoom you out. We've done kind of a mottled or multicolored background here. We've done darker and fading inwards here, and we've done straight coloring two different backgrounds there. So we can figure out what we should do for this guy. And let's see. I actually might go with the lightest purple and see what that looks like here. Okay, now I'm just gonna lightly, using small circles, color this whole area. Because I don't want to have to use too many colors. If I can find a pencil that works, then I'll just use it. Trying to keep the shade or the color pigment even all the way around. My dog is under the desk here and it's snoring a little bit, so if you hear any of that, that's just added ASMR for you. Annie is a Bichon Shih Tzu, and she is going to be 18 in December. So I'm just happy that she's still with me and keeping me company. I have two little dogs. I have Annie, who's 18, and Daisy, who's 7. So there's 10 years between them. Well, Annie will be 18, so she's 17 now. Okay. That actually looks pretty good. Now for around the very edge, might try this really, see what color this looks like. Oh, there you go. One swipe and it's busted. I don't know what to say. Doesn't seem to matter if I turn the pencil or the sharpener, so I'm just gonna turn the pencil. Okay. Not having it too sharp. If you notice that all of the corners seem to be off slightly, so I'm not sure if that certainly isn't helping the breakage issues, I'm sure. Just do these darkened corners. So this is the first pencil set that I kind of have had a negative review on, and I'm kind of feel bad, but I can only talk about my experience, and that doesn't mean that somebody else couldn't have a better experience. And so this is just my experience, my opinion based on my experiences. So I'm not trying to bash the Color It brand or name, but sometimes something doesn't work out for you. So yes, I will be saving the case, and I will be sending these pencils to if I can think of a craft to use some pencils with that don't require actually using the pencils, I would do that. But trying to clean my house out right now as well, so I'm thinking I don't need items that I'm not using and are not really donatable, because I would hate to donate these only to have some young person get these and have this as their first experience with colored pencils, because that wouldn't be fair. So I'm just gonna blend this out a bit. And then we'll be done. And then stay tuned, because we have quite a few more sets coming up, including, of course, things like Prisma, Polychromos, Blick Studio pencils. I've got some Staedtler, not the Ergosoft, but these are cheap Staedtlers. And let's bring out a purple Sparkle Pop just to finish this off, because it's such a dark purple. It'll look black, but it'll accent the outside edges a bit. So thank you for joining me on this series. I hope you've enjoyed it. I know a few people have ended up purchasing the Cretacolor pencils, and it's been nice to see that my review helped them pick a pencil set that they have found that they like. So that's what we have for today. These are the Color It brand pencils. The picture itself turned out okay. Like I said, if the pigment itself is nice, and if there wasn't a breakage issue, I would have a much different opinion of these pencils. But that's what I got for now. So thank you to joining in, and I'll see you in the next series. Have a great day. Bye-bye.